Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Friday, finally, October 10th, 2025. Welcome to another entry in my series of daily vlogs. Each morning I have my ritual stand-up here where I turn the lights and camera first thing in the morning and tell you about what I've been doing and doing next. Just try to make content creation indefinitely sustainable. So let's go back to yesterday. So this Friday, it's the culmination of a really whirlwind week. I feel like I've had busier weeks, but this one I actually kind of had a handle on. Like, it was busy but not chaotic. Somehow, as we work through the week, if you go back to Monday and look, like, I have all these videos to get done, and here we are Friday, and I'm still on track, so I think it's okay. But anyway, so yesterday, you'll remember I had 2 videos left to do. I was startled that I got all the way to yesterday and, had 2 days and 2 videos yet. I got to work on that first thing in the morning with the last little bit of writing. It's kind of a brief video, but took a lot of work. In the midst of doing that, the video I did the day before has released, and that was that was another Game Station Go video, a very simple one, really. It was effectively just a video showing you can use GSP controllers wired to your GSG. That's it. That's really all the video contained. It's one of those examples of how the Game Station Go is so very popular right now that there's lots of interest and there's lots of potential for, we discovered something new videos. We can just do one on that, and that's all it takes, So, and I'm happy to do those because it's really building, the kind of the excitement around that. People are starting to get theirs. That video, by the way, did great since it dropped yesterday morning, which has now been, just under a day. 4,100 views on it. Yeah, happy with that, of course. Happy with all the Game Station Go reaction and coverage, and I'll make sure I have at least one of those a week for the foreseeable future. I mean, the foreseeable future, the next several weeks, of course, unless we'll keep an eye on it. If it starts to kind of wind down, we'll shift to something else and do something else. It might sound like it's like, oh, you're following the trends. I'm like, yeah, the goal of creating this content is to create something people want to watch. And so if we're making something that people stop wanting to watch, we'll go find something else people want to watch, because there's plenty of entertaining stuff to cover. So I got back to working on the video for today, another video for today, and that is it's said as a brief video, but there's a lot of moving parts to it, a lot of pulling footage and a lot of writing, it'll come out later today, but I got it done by late afternoon or so, and then I got the Friday plays out to members yesterday, which will of course come out later today. So the nice thing about the video coming out, we'll talk about that video in a second. We'll talk about that in a second. But at the end of the day yesterday, then we had the makeup for 1980s Now, which was kind of like a little bit of news, but then talking about Tron Ares. So that was kind of the end of the day. So before we get to today, and I'll touch on all the stuff I said you'd tell you in a second, talk about the stats, which are still climbing a little, still nudging their way up from yesterday. Let me show you my chart. I'd like to be at or above this midpoint, which represents 13,000 views and 150 subscribers average over the last 7 days. As I said, up a little bit, 15.7 thousand views and 158 subscribers. So it's up from the last up over the last 2 days. It's both been up, I think. You can see the trend upper left there. It's been, steady, doing well. And, and the count, I said maybe. I think we're still on track. Maybe right now we're about 125, 6 1/4, I think. And if those numbers stick, by the time we get to Monday, we very well may see 126. I thought it would be a little later than that, but here's 6 1/4 now. And if you're doing 160 a day or so, that's easy to get another 375 in 3 days. So I don't see why not. So for today, 2 videos releasing today. The first is about PRGE and our partner Alan One, who's helping us get out to PRGE. This video announces that, talks about what we're doing at PRG, and reveals what the new recharged cabinet is that they've been teasing on social for the last few weeks. As their partner, they allowed me to break that information. As I said, I don't know that it's not out there at all, but they're not publicizing it. So the first public kind of blast about it's going to be my video, and hopefully they'll then share that out as well. So we'll see how that goes. Also, 3 in the afternoon, that'll come out at 11 o'clock. 3 in the afternoon is normal. Friday plays will come out. That's already out to members now, and everybody will have that in the afternoon. Look, I'm working on Today, still one more video. Yesterday we had 2 days and 2 videos. Got one done. Today we have 1 day, 1 video left to do because I want to have a release for Saturday. And I know what it is. I've done the graphics and the thumbnail. It's a cool gadget that my friend and I, Paul, collaborated on for the Game Station Go. I think it's going to be very popular. I had people already ask about it. I've kept it under wraps, but that's going to drop tomorrow and probably to members tonight. When I get it done. I don't know when I'll get it done, but we'll see. So it's I think we're gonna make it through the week. I think we're gonna make it. I had to do the last little bit of podcast writing because the guys and I get together this evening, and we'll record the next 2 episodes of the show that we'll edit together on Tuesdays, etc., etc. Yeah, and then then I have the weekend, and I really got to start getting ready, planning for a short week next week. I got to get a haircut. I got to start getting laundry done. I have to get boxes ready to ship to PRGE because both at Vectrex and Mini were loaners from the Vectrex folks. So I got to get those shipped off. And I got to figure out and stack look, I have 3 days next week to get as much as I can done. I'm thinking best case scenario, I'll get 2 videos out next week, and it's probably going to be something early in the week and a Friday plays because I'm leaving on Thursday. And I think having Wednesday open will allow me to get the Friday plays done for Thursday, Friday. So that's probably, but then when we're at PRGE, there will be content coming out of that show, of course. So there'll be more videos come out across the weekend, but the normal, something early in the week, Friday plays, at least I think I'll get those done. So I'll start planning for that and get what I can ready and stacked and chosen and that kind of thing. So to handle whatever the short week throws at me. So yeah, I think it's good. Looking forward to a hopefully relaxing weekend leading into next week's short week, and we'll do it all again. So thank you, of course, for popping in to check out today's vlog, if that is what you did, or if you're here all the time, regularly, sticking in there with me like a bleep. I love you for that. Thank you so much. We talked yesterday about how, part of this ritual, and it's happy to have you. So have a great Friday and even better weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Be sure you do something good for yourself on all 3 days. And I'll catch you again next week. Bye-bye.